Hello guys, this is Dr. Lior Bar-El. Now if you remember, we did a review about this little baby right here, the Rode Mini microphone. You probably are hearing crashes right now because I got any type of stability just on that corny stand, and you guys could see this thing does sound pretty cool, you know, okay, but you got to talk down. And I told you guys the best way to do it is through a boom arm, and I said I was going to review this. You guys made that recommendation for me, actually, and I got to tell you, this brand here named Ore, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, is actually pretty amazing. And I'm going to tell you now, this is the arm I'm reviewing, the BAI 2X. Now I know a lot of you guys, when you requested it, you said the regular one, but this one comes with an XLR on the inside. Now you're gonna ask, well, why do I have XLR, not a USB? Because they do have a USB version, or even a regular version. Well, because most of the time I use XLR microphones for other things. Like I said, this exact microphone, I wouldn't exactly recommend it for recording vocals, like for music or stuff like that, for songs and somewhat. But for YouTube and broadcasting and podcasting, definitely I would recommend this mic, as I said before. So I wanted it to be more on the XLR, but yeah, there's one with a USB you could get that's targeted for this, or one without anything, and then you could put whatever you want. I just liked to have the XLR version. Okay, so this is called the 2-section broadcast arm with internal springs and integrated XLR cable. So let's get right into it. Okay guys, so this is what it has. 2-section broadcast arm, internal springs provided a clean and sleek look, supports microphones up to 5 pounds, smooth noise-free positioning, 5/8 27 standard microphone thread is compatible with most shock mounts and microphone clips, extends up to 40 inches, as it has a riser where you could put an extension on it, which is what I'm using here. I'll show you guys exactly the setup after we go to the overhead, so you guys could see exactly what's included. Then there's a 14-inch riser included, provided extra height to the broadcast arm. Sorry, that's the so it's 40 inches plus 14-inch riser extender, which, by the way, you do not have to use. You could just go straight into the arm, but you know, I have a 43-inch monitor. I wanted something to come kind of over and just kind of get it out of the way. Heavy-duty combo mount for clamping to desktops, up to 2.3 to 5.8 centimeters thick. Detachable, because obviously you could control it with you know, the clamp, or you could even bolt it to your desk by just kind of screwing. Comes with 4 screws, so you could just screw it right into the desk. Detachable desktop mount for permanent attachment. There you go, with included screws. And then there's a 15-inch Copool 2000 XLR cable, you know, with the connectors and so on and so forth. So this is how it looks. It's a big box, a big baby. Now let's go on the overhead. Okay guys, so this thing is kind of massive. It doesn't look like it from the camera here when I'm looking at it, especially when you do it like far like this. But I'm gonna have to do that just to show you guys, you know, pretty much everything here. So right now I'm taking this apart. So just so you guys know, look how this thing is packed really, really nice. So right here, so we took that apart, and you could see, okay, so this thing is so massive, even I can't even fit it in my table here. So you see here, let me just tear this out. Here we go. This comes out there. So this one I already kind of, you know, took out. That's, so you could get this in USB or XLR. That's already inside. But, you know, I wanted it as XLR because I use mostly XLR mics. But, you know, right now with the USB mic, you could just simply put it right over it. It's not really a problem. You could even get one without it, and it's cheaper. So it doesn't have any wiring in it whatsoever. Let me just put this aside here. Let's see if anything else. Just, yep, so we got the C-clamp right here. This thing goes into your desk, so you can just mount it easy, or you can even screw it in to your desk. Just, you know, modify your table. As you guys saw my build your PC, you know, build a PC desk, be sure to check that out. In the end, you guys could see how to build pretty much an entire table. How I did it. You guys saw with the LED lights and everything. It's pretty cool. So you could see here, nice, very solid broadcast arm right here. So this is, I'm going to take this apart here. Let's see. This thing is so massive. It's like hard to get it all in focus. All here, it's like metallic. You see it. Very strong. I mean, they really make a good brand, this Ori. So, Ore, sorry. And this is the C-clamp, and you see here, if you want to actually bolt it to your table, and you see here, very, very easy. You just do this, and then you obviously clamp it to your table right in the underneath. Doesn't really get in the way, especially when you're doing it from the side of the table. Now, this is why I always like to build my own table, so you guys could see how I build my own desk, because I always leave in the sides. I know some desks out there that you buy have the, you know, completely, what is it, the sides of it has the you know, like the connections for the legs and stuff, and there's no room. In this situation, you would have to put it in the front or from the back of the table, but if you have like a 43-inch monitor for your computer like I do, you don't want to do that, so you want to put it on the side. And the side is the best, I would say, the best position for a broadcast arm, in my you know, point of view there. Not sure exactly what this is, but it's like some sponge here. But I guess it's just to soften it, so it's not going to cause any issues, especially with your desk or anything like that. So it's pretty cool that it has it. It just looks like it was super glued. You could kind of see the glue there. So, you know, doesn't matter though. It's a solid design, real all metal. I mean, really just absolutely stunning. And now we're going to go into this. And I'm telling you guys, because I'm doing it distant, it doesn't look like it's really big, but believe me, this baby is huge, as you guys could see. And then, you know, you go here. So now I'm going to take this out. So right here you could see, now unlike some of the broadcast arms that are cheap, these right here, the sides, usually on other arms, they're very, very flimsy. This thing is built solid. It's not, you know, it doesn't really sink when you're pressing on it. It's absolutely solid. Where the cheaper brands, you guys will see, even though this is cheap and, you know, not something like made by Rode or anything like that. I like this thing. Actually, probably I'll keep it with, to maintain, even though I have clips for that, but to make, you know, to have these wires. So you see there's wiring that goes in here that's XLR. Now, like I said, you could get it also in USB, but you know, I use mostly XLR. I think it cancels noise better and all that, but now I'm going to be using a USB microphone as well, which I'm going to be doing a review for y'all, so be sure to stay tuned on that. But it is cool to have that ability. You could always just put it over and then just clip it over, and nothing will happen. And this is right here, the arm. So you could see here, just really beautiful. Everything is so solid in construction on this thing. So let's go right into the other camera angle. But actually, let me show you this though first. So you guys could see standard XLR, as you guys could see, female and male. So really cool. And like I said, you guys could always put other things in it as well. USB, just have it go over and just have, I don't know, you could use these bands. But you could also buy, Ori also makes these, I think it was Ori also, that makes these kind of, these strips. But you could do that pretty much, you could get any type of strip you want, even, you know, cable ties and anything like that. So that's pretty cool. Anyways, let's put this baby together. Okay, guys, so right now we're going to take this apart. Okay, so I'm going to show you. Okay, so we're just going to pull that out. And you can see right there, it already has the threading. So we're going to just put it into here. And I do love the fact that it has this. So you guys might hear some sounds right now that are unpleasant. So let me just move this out. Give me. We're just gonna spin this around here. Let me see if I got this in So here you go, you just kind of isolate it. Then of course this you can loosen and do whatever you want. But the beauty of this is the fact that this mic comes with already a positioner is pretty useful. So that's pretty freaking darn awesome. And you can see this XLR I don't really need, so I'm just gonna just kind of go like this. And then I'm gonna just stretch it. And you guys are gonna see now how this thing looks. So I'm just seeing if I could put this, I gotta find another spot for this, I guess, here in the meantime. And of course I'm gonna get the reflector filter. I am gonna do the review for y'all, so be sure to tune into that. So here we go, right there. And this thing is a very cool clamp that you guys could see. Let me see if I could get this in focus here. Here we go. So this is just a clamp. You could get this for about $18. This is also made by RA. So actually, when I went and bought this, I actually saw this one, and I just bought the pop filter because, like I told you, to control plosives better on this mic, I still do recommend a pop filter, which I think is pretty cool. Just have a little bit of distance between it. As you can see, I just want to show you guys. And right now I'm going to show you the overhead, how it looks when I am all set up. Okay guys, so as you can see, a nice pop filter here, and you could kind of align the microphone how you want here, so you could speak right into it. Now this is going to block your face, so you don't really need to do it that way. You can also, you see, speak like this. That's the beauty of how to position this mic, but you also have the freedom to do it with this. You just loosen it and it'll go, you know, this way or that way, and you could do it the best way you want possible. I haven't have this set up exactly right. I have to put the clamp better on it, but as you can see, you could just talk really normally and it just sounds really, really good. So you don't really have to care here. I just got to line this up. I got to bring that down a little, but you see, this is how you could do a nice little podcast for YouTube. This would be really good. Again, if you don't want something to be in the screen, and especially for untreated, as I said, to get a reflection filter is really good. If you don't want to have a boom arm in the screen or whatnot, you could put it in the back over there and take a shotgun mic or like a directional mic, and it'll pick up everything that you have to say just by talking. Like I said, I normally do not need a microphone. My voice is loud enough. The camera picks it up very, very well, but it is good. It does take it up a notch when you're actually doing this, you know, speaking through a mic. I really like the microphone here. I think this would do really great for YouTube. And let me just line this up a little more. Of course, there's some tinkering I got to do with this, but so I'm probably not giving it. But this is a real solid arm right here, and the thing has a lot of stretch capabilities. And you can see I put the extender arm, as you guys saw, so when you looked at it, so it does kind of reach out. You don't really have to go that high, but because I have a 43-inch monitor, I like when I'm using the computer, I could just 360 this baby and move it to the side and not have any issues with it whatsoever. I think, to me, that makes it that much more worth it than if I were to get one of these. And RA also makes mic stands, which I didn't test out, but I mean, it's just a stand, so I don't see anything wrong with it. You could just put it on, and you know, you will need it for this because it's really small. Now, the big brother of this microphone, obviously, of the USB microphone, that one has a horrible tripod, but at least it's big enough to kind of reach you, sort of. This thing is pretty good. Even with that, you don't really have to talk down too much into it. You could kind of have it over. Like, you could see me here. Hey, how are you? How are you doing? See, I'm looking right over here. I'm even talking up, and you could see it could still be heard as long as you have a deep voice, you know, a loud voice and all of that. What can I say? I'm a New Yorker. It's part of the part of the thing here. But you see, this thing you probably do not want to have hanging around or something like that, and that's fine. You could probably just clip it or whatever. That thing is advertised for £5, but I gotta tell you, I put even bigger things than £5 on it, so it does control everything very well. And I'm using a clamp. I don't like permanent solutions because I do change things around a lot on my desk that I built, and be sure to check that out, how to build your own gaming or slash post-production desk. You guys are absolutely gonna love it. I think you guys are really dig that, and you know, that's the beauty about that. When you build your own desk, you know what you're getting. But this thing pretty much goes into any table. It clips into any table. And if it doesn't, if your thing is this thick, actually the thing goes really, really deep. But let's say it's, you know, it's too thick for it or something, or you're scared it's going to do something, you could just bolt it straight to your desk for a permanent solution. Now, I like to talk, I like people to see my face because I like to, you know, I always like to talk to people by looking. This doesn't really get in the way. This is actually pretty cool. I really dig this. If you want, you could even take it up a little more. The reflection filter will cover this. If you now, again, you don't have to get it with the XLR cable. It's just, it's really neat because it's on the inside. So when you get it with the XLR cable, if you're using XLR mics, you will absolutely love it. If you're using strictly USB, I recommend use, you know, you're using USB more, get the USB version. If you're using neither, get the regular version, and it's actually cheaper. I think it's $100. This cost me, I think, 120. So it's not that much, 115, 120. Again, you got to fish for a deal. I know B&H has this, Amazon has this, but I know I usually, because I live in New York, I'm really close to B&H. I like to sort of kind of deal with they have deal zones and all these deals that popped up, as I told you guys before, and you guys thanked me a lot when they had the Nintendo Switch memory cards, like on dirt cheap. The, you know, even though they're not called Nintendo Switch memory cards, but the micro SD, they were like what is it, one for like 200 some odd dollars. It was totally worth it. And you know, so I always look for these deals before I buy them. So you guys did make this request about a few months ago, and it took me just a while till you know, I wanted to get a good deal on them, and I got a good deal. And plus I wanted to tidy up on the table. You guys saw how messed up my table was from all the projects and stuff I got going. I got a 3D printer right now in the background, you know, going to work. I'm working on several things, especially the scanner, 3D scanner, which right now is what I'm working on to see the results. So be sure to tune in for that, because we're going to see how the heck this thing operates in real time, like, you know, from scanning to print, which so far, yeah, we'll see. We'll talk about it, but it's worked out, but we'll talk about it. But anyways, what do I rate this thing? Well, it does what it says it's going to do. It's a boom arm. It's cheaper than most boom arms out there. I like the fact that it offers an XLR on the inside. I like the fact that they have a USB option on the inside. I love the fact that they have one without anything. It's good. It's lightweight. You could really seriously just take it apart because it has the extender. Take it apart, throw it in your bag, and bring it, you know, if you're off location somewhere, and just clip it to a table. It goes in most tables, if not all of them. So I definitely recommend it. I definitely give it, and you guys know I don't give a 10 out of 10 to pretty much anything. I give it a 10 out of 10. Now, I am going to say this, though. Okay, I am going to say this. I had a few people that told me when they recommended it, they said, I wanted to know if I did anything wrong, because they were asking me, because they broke, a few people only broke this. So I'm going to tell you this. This thing is aluminum construction. Okay, that is why it's lightweight. It is great for what it does. But you need to be careful, especially to loosen this before you start moving it. Now, you guys told me you didn't even loosen the one that held the extender or the one that held the actual broadcast arm. Because of that, when you're doing these turns and twists, you're gonna break it. Now, the extender is actually metal, I think, and everything else, you know, everything else is aluminum. So you got to be careful with how you're using an aluminum thing. It's lightweight, but you got to be careful how to use it. This thing is a solid build. It's not gonna break. I've actually didn't use that accidentally too. I almost made that mistake, and I didn't break it. But then I was like, oh, stupid, what did I do? I was like, and it worked. And it's solid. You know, if anything comes up and it doesn't work, I'll let you guys know. This thing is solid construction, and for the money, you're really getting a good deal out of this. I can't tell you how pleased I actually am with this. Including, I think the clamps are also metal, so they're not aluminum. So I think because of that, it really holds really tight. And look, I'm not bolting it, and it's just so freaking well. The only thing probably I had a regret, I use XLRs all the time, you know, so I chose the XLR. But now that I'm thinking about it, because I'm thinking about getting another one of these for, you know, recording work and stuff like that. So I'm thinking I'd probably get a USB arm for the YouTube channel that we're doing here, and probably this one I'm going to use for recording and stuff like that. But if you guys are unsure, You have your own XLR cables. To be honest, I would recommend getting one without any cable. It's cheaper, and I think you're getting... It's really that much better, because what happens when this thing doesn't work well? You're going to have to cut it. You're going to have to pull it out. Save yourself the hassle. Get the plain one, and then you could just attach whatever you want with zip ties, or even, you know, bands or whatnot. They have these nice, cool bands that you could get, black bands, and it'll be just fine. So you could save a couple bucks there. You'll get it for about $100 to $90 to $100. It's totally worth it, guys. I can't tell you, it really kicks it up. And this mic right here, and pretty much any mic you're using for broadcast, for podcast, for YouTube, I personally do not, because I'm doing so much on my table, I don't want to use anything else but a broadcast arm, because if I use anything else, like a stand or whatever, it might have vibrations. I could get those anti-shock mounts, whatever. I still think it's going to produce bad sound because it's on the table directly. So if you're not doing anything on your table, go ahead and get a stand. Again, you could get one of these and put it in the back of your table, clip it with a directional mic, shotgun mic, and you'll be fine. Or even a mic right over you with the shotgun mic pointing down, and you'll be fine. But if you're doing a microphone like this, this is the way to go. I definitely recommend it. You know, cardioid mics, you know how they work and stuff. I would just recommend having it elevated. A reflection filter over it would probably be best. Even though this comes with a pop filter, I said you need an additional pop filter. This Ori one cost me like 20 bucks. I mean, it's not that expensive. So you guys could just take it, clamp it on it, put it in, and boom, you're all set. So definitely, I'm going to give this definitely a 10 out of 10. Very rare I say that. Only because ease of setup was just easy. It's so easy to do. You could just take it apart and put it together again. So ease of setup. Ruggedness. I'm sorry, but as long as you get these right, you're fine. You could do whatever you want. I actually mistreated these for a while till I put this together. And I could tell you... My dog's hair is like everywhere. And I could tell you that it's ease of use. I think practicality is just amazing. I do like the fact that they offer the XLR through the inside of it. So it's nice and tidy and all of that if you're using XLR mics or USB. So I do not see anything wrong with this unit thus far. So thus far, it is a 10 out of 10. Anyways, let me know what you guys think down below. If you guys like it, if you own it, I want to hear your experiences with it. Did you make the same mistake I almost did, which some people did make that mistake and completely broke their item and all that. This comes with a 1-year warranty, which is pretty sick, amazing. I just think it's really, really awesome. And most of these vendors that sell, you could even you know, try it out. They have a 30-day exchange period and all that, so just make sure you check and see if you could do that, and you could try it out for yourselves. I think you would absolutely dig this a lot. I know my friend Khadijah, she actually uses it for her podcasting, and she has many of them all over her desk for all her guests and everything, and she's been using it for a very long time and is really pleased with the unit. That she even though they all work, she went and donated that and just got brand new ones for her studio. So that's just incredible. So you know, I was on her show, and I absolutely loved it. I really think that, you know, this thing is really what it is. And then when you guys made that request, to be honest, I thought this was pretty expensive for my setup. You know, I'm working 3 jobs to make this happen for reviews and all. Like I told you, I thank you for the Patreon, but I'd rather you guys keep that money for yourselves. To invest in yourself, spoil yourselves, and you know, I got this, and you know, so I didn't want to invest and throw money into something like this. And then when you guys made a request, and I told one of you guys, I said, well, I don't know if I have the money right now, because there's other things on the list I wanted to do reviews on, like this microphone and all that. And you guys went ahead and told me what? You said, nope, this thing is cheap. You told me the price, boom, I went and got it. 10 out of 10. Absolutely love it. Let me know what you guys think down below. Like, subscribe, hit that bell button. Have a good one, y'all. Take care. Bye. As always, guys, if you like what you see, self-funded here, be sure to check out all my other stuff, from mini series to unboxings to technology, you know, and Nintendo reviews and 3D printer reviews and all that good stuff. If you like what you see, the only way you can help the channel is by liking this video, subscribing, and hitting that bell button. As many more cool videos to come. Definitely want you guys in it, and I want you guys to be vocal. Definitely comment down below. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Have a good one, y'all. Take care. Bye.